Okay. Bryan Stevenson is considered an activist who is also a human rights lawyer. In the video, he explains that the death penalty is a huge problem in the United States. He even explains that, he also explained that mass incarceration is a huge problem in the United States. So much so that the United States is considered the it has the highest incarceration rate compared to all the countries around the United States, around the world. And it's so bad that in 1972, 300,000 people were incarcerated in the United States. But in recent years, it has come up to 2.3 million people that have been incarcerated, that are now incarcerated. And so I feel that the incarceration rate going high is a massive problem. But delving deeper into the death penalty, he explains that the death penalty is something that is inhumane. He even goes as far as to say that in Germany, many of the scholars that he had taught to explain that the death penalty is not a thing in Germany because it is considered an unimaginable act. I believe, in my personal opinion, at first I said that the death penalty, it can be reasonable. It is a reasonable punishment for somebody that is guilty of the crime, that there is proven evidence that they have committed the crime. They deserve the death penalty. Because someone that has committed such a heinous crime is not fit to be in society. He goes, delving deeper into what he was saying about the death penalty. He explained that because someone stole does not make them a thief. Because someone killed does not make them a killer. Because someone lied does not make them a liar. And I had realized that this same concept could be applied to people who have committed crimes, or to people that have been wrongfully accused of committing crimes. And so, realizing that many of the people that have been accused of crimes or even convicted guilty of these crimes, of said crimes, are from backgrounds of struggle, whether that was abuse within a home, whether it was struggling financially, whether it was law enforcement that had abused their power. I believe that, looking more into the video, I had believed that Stevenson was right. People should be given a second chance when it comes to having a criminal history, because at the end of the day, it is our first time being human. Yes, it is common sense that some of these crimes, no rational person would commit any of these crimes because they know it is wrong. But if you look more into the person than what they had done, what they had committed, you could see that maybe what they had done was reasonable to an extent. And if you give people a second chance, it is an essential part of creating a humanity that is going to be creating a humanity, just creating a humanity, period. And a part of creating humanity, you have to yourself have to give mercy. You have to be merciful with people. Being able to forgive is one of the hardest things somebody can do. Because when we look at somebody, we believe they committed that crime, they are that person. We associate that action to that person for the rest of their lives. It's the sad part of being human, is that we judge really fast. But if you take a moment to step back and realize that no one is really perfect. People had to do what they had to do. People did things that they did not think at first of the dire consequences that they would face. And looking at the whole of the person instead of the action that that person committed, I think we would be one step to being closer to being merciful, in which we would be one step closer to creating humanity.